She said it froze up on her. So hold on, you guys. That's weird, like from the beginning. What the heck?
It's been kind of doing that lately, though.
Maybe her. I don't know. Hey, Lala.
What up, guys?
We're waiting for the host to come back in. She's already had technical difficulties.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
I know. Like right
Lord.
off jump. What's up,
All right.
Casey?
What's up, guys? Oh. You did a really good vibe tonight, Days.
Oh, thank you. That was awesome that Sifa was able to get that. Like, I hadn't seen that in so long.
Yeah, definitely.
How are you?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm better today than I was the past week. It's been
Yeah.
a stressful week.
It's only Tuesday. Wait, Wednesday. I don't even know
Wednesday.
what day
Bro,
it was.
don't do that to me.
My bad.
Kenny, I thought you were going to bed, love.
Kenny always has to come back.
He's always going to bed.
I know. Poor Kenny.
I like the other night whenever freaking Rory's song woke him up.
That shit would wake up the dead. What's up, Casey? Living like time I didn't see. He sent him up and down like a yo-yo.
Just give us a minute, guys.
How did your daughter's party go? I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever.
I know. I was just going to tell you, been a long time since I talked to you. It was really, really good, except the petting zoo canceled. But I mean, we ended up getting a jumper last minute, so that was cool.
That's cool.
It was super cute. The decorations came out so good. I'll send you pictures.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's been hectic around here.
Trust me, I know. I've been off too. I haven't really been posting on YouTube either, so I've been going through some stuffs, doing stuffs with my kids and stuff.
Yeah, we were worried about you over the weekend, I think it was, or the beginning of the week. We were like, has anybody heard from Larissa? Like,
yeah.
We ready?
Sometimes I gotta take time.
No, girl, I get it. I totally get it.
What happened?
I don't know.
You guys won't have me this weekend, so
where are you?
I
gonna
might be in and out. I gotta go down south for a wedding.
Oh,
get it,
fun.
girl.
Yeah, so I'll be in and out. You know me, but
be a good distraction, though. You know.
Screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, I was just trying to get this new drop of Netflixes, and it all froze and shit.
I know, right?
Stupid. All right, I'm gonna mute myself. Check this.
There you go again. You're robotic.
Till I collapse, I've been moving too fast. Got my foot up on the gas, full throttle till I crash. I'm back. vengeance. You gon' see me end this. I will be ascending. I don't ever slack. I got my eyes on a prize. What I see for my life. I don't float, no, I fly. Do or die. Cause you gotta do or die. There ain't no compromise. Get ready for a fight.
Do you wanna see what you're made of? What if there was no one to save us? Would you leave it all on the pavement? Would you guide the ground with some straight blood? I just wanna find out my limits. I'ma put everything in it. I'm in this life to win it. And this is just the beginning.
Do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? I'll fight till I collapse. I'll fight till I collapse. I'll fight till I collapse. My energy is unmatched. I don't get tired, no, I don't get gas. I'm bad. Still working to surpass everybody getting past on my way up fast. No flap. So watch out for me now. Everybody in the town will be looking at my crown. I got my knuckles all wrapped. Blood drips from the scabs, bloody fists from the jabs.
Do you wanna see what you're made of? What if there was no one to save us? Would you leave it all on the pavement? Would you guide the ground with some straight blood? I just wanna find out my limits. I'ma put everything in it. I'm in this life to win it. And this is just the beginning.
Do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? Do you want it bad? I'll fight till I collapse. I'll fight till I collapse.
All right, that song's decent as hell. I ain't even gonna lie, I like that one. I'm sad
Yeah, I like
I
it.
didn't make it to the premiere of that one today, but it is what it is. I didn't
I
sleep
like
a
it.
lot. My ears been hurting.
What y'all
I
talking
know.
about being legal?
Just
Oh,
leaving. What?
Oh,
Ken-
never mind. Never mind. I see it.
yeah, Kenny was just
What?
asking a question. If something
I
was
don't know.
legal in California,
I don't know.
Wait, hold up. Let me see.
it is. I looked it up.
Mm.
It says as of 2023. Yeah.
What are you doing? Got it. As of 2023. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't see it. Someone start that shit.
I don't see it.
I'll put it in back chat just in case.
Oh.
I don't want to talk about
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. It's legal.
it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. I like
In
to hear that.
California, yeah.
I like to hear that. It should be. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm just gonna close this tab out.
We really gotta
feel it-
listen to Sus Fuck's fucking mouth tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Doing me,
Bitch,
right?
You didn't even read a title.
I did.
She said I got listen, if I gotta listen to it, you gotta listen to it. I only caught like the last 10 minutes of it and I kept running my mouth to the point where I was pretty much asked to shut up. So instead of shutting
Yeah.
up, I left.
I caught like a mid
I
part
left
of
and
it.
kept running my mouth.
And
I
then
clearly didn't see shit of it, so here we go.
Yep.
We both get
Yeah,
this one.
rando. See, I ain't the only one.
For anybody that is not subscribed to the CNY family, please go do so now. She does put out some pretty awesome content. Some of it I'm like,
Nice.
whoa. Some of it I'm like, nah.
Did.
Yeah, this is new. Yeah, this is from today, Holly.
I did see her say something about an interview with him, but I didn't know it was new. That's why I didn't go watch it.
He looked like he'd been hibernating all winter long. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, you gonna
He
see
probably
Lala.
has.
You
Okay,
gonna
there
see.
you go.
Oh, Lord.
Mhm. It gave me a giggle. It gave me a whole ass giggle. All right. Let's do this. Might as well, because we're going to be here a hot ass minute trying to decipher
Let's
all this
do
stuff.
it.
Oh boy. I don't even think closed caption is going to help us, so I ain't turning it on. All right. Y'all ready?
I guess. Let's do it.
Mm.
Ready
If
as
y'all
I'm
want to
gonna get.
rewind the track and do all this, please go watch her from the CNY Family's page. If it wasn't for her, this wouldn't. I don't know if I'm going to thank her or be angry at her by the time I'm done here. So we'll just leave it at that. I love you for doing it. We're either going to get a laugh or an attitude, one or the other. Put us in a hole.
Probably both.
Look, I had to trick people into coming up here tonight because some people didn't even know we was about to do this.
Yeah, sure didn't. We usually get.
Earlier. She's like, you really gonna? She's like, can you like put it on squirrel speed? I was like, shoot, no. If I gotta do it, no. It's headache and earache. If I have to do it, y'all are doing it.
She usually gives me like an update on like what we're gonna talk about first, but not tonight. She's just like, bitch, you coming or not?
You were absolutely free to go watch something else on the YouTubes or on Netflix or something if you'd like, but tonight we shit fucking it.
Yeah, no, shit fucking it to the core. Let's do it.
Casey, I think the interview is slightly new, but it was pre-recorded.
Yeah, this is like within the past few days. Like this is it's not old as hell. Like you'll be able to tell as soon as you see the man. Okay, winter has passed.
Nuts are gathered.
Yeah, gathered all the nuts.
Well, they're saying that later in the video how he said he was going to watch Jared from AWP's court hearing. He did have a court hearing today, by the way.
Thanks for that little nugget. Yeah, dude, I gotta fix that. I can't drop that short yet. I gotta bleep. I gotta beep it out.
Yeah, which we watched, and it was interesting.
Yeah, I'll be letting my squirrels see it first. They were like, "You can't put that's against TOS." I was like, "Oh, me, you know me. I'll just like make shit and drop it."
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Might have been people.
Catch me if you can.
I'm offended that he's still out there walking the streets.
Yeah. Really not for long.
So they're completely legal in California now, Jane Doe. I know Kenny just said something about it. That's good. They should be.
Yeah, they've been legal in California, I think, for a long while. I don't think it ever went out of legal ramifications.
Should be an option. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry until you mandate men to get fixed or men's birth control or something for men that is a contraceptive other than a rubber. Then no man can say anything about what a woman does with her body. Sorry. Into that. Let's jump into this. Fucky Trucky. Let's get it.
Okay. Be quiet, guys.
I'm not ready.
Hello?
Hello. Thanks for being here.
Sure.
Whoa.
Okay.
Let me just silence my phone. Hold on.
Oh yeah, no problem.
What? Wow. Search and rescue, y'all.
Okay. Good.
Oh wow.
Okay, so I know you're really busy. I'm glad you could take a few minutes.
Looks like he ate a whole child.
To me. So you were there when it happened.
Look,
when the car was pulled out.
I feel
Yeah.
like
I know Dad and Grandpa were there, but was Lindsay there at all?
look, I feel like it is a requirement to become a human flotation device to become search and rescue. Or something. I just already off the jump. I'm shocked, y'all. You don't even have to say nothing. I'm just shocked. All right.
No, they would not. She wanted to know they would not let her down there because once it was
why does he always sound nervous or anxious or like he's got to poop?
But I have a question.
like
Why wouldn't
like,
they let her down
look.
there? Like, I want to hear his explanation for that.
You
Why
know
wouldn't
that-
they let the bomb down there?
Isn't it the alcoholic dude on Beavis and Butthead that always shakes? Like, and they put the little little squiggles around him to make him look like he's always, or the dude on King of the Hill, how he's always got them like them, like that's how I them like that's the type of cartoon character SF would be.
He kind of does look like the bald guy from King of the Hill.
Kind of does.
law enforcement was there. You know, it's a crime scene just because there's a body there.
But they didn't treat it like a crime scene, SF.
So we had arrived before.
Who is he always talking about? We.
Because there's a body there. So we had arrived before. We were up on the hill. We were up. We were by the.
He was with Grandpa and Dad. That's what he's saying.
Look, he reminds me of that Listen Linda kid. And he's
Okay,
he's like an
listen,
anxious
Linda.
kid. I'm listening.
He's basically saying Lindsay wasn't allowed up there. I guess because it was a crime scene, which we all know it wasn't. But him and Grandpa and Dad were already up there. That's why they were there.
Well, where's Lindsay at this point?
I don't know. It just sounds like they didn't let her up there.
You can bet what?
Can't with Kenny.
Peninsula, that second peninsula just behind it. We were on a ridge there when I got the call from another investigator that I work with that that's the purpose had announced that they found her, and it's only 300 yards away maybe. So we shot over there, but we were there before.
He looked like he'd been having a lot of sleepless nights. Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement, which is why we were
Oh, it definitely is, Jane.
we were allowed to stay there. They actually had Daniel, her father, they tried to get everybody to go to CHP headquarters for the official announcement, I guess, or not announcement, but notification.
Right.
And Daniel went, but her grandfather would not, which is why I stayed.
Right. So they.
What is that face? He's like a 4-year-old kid. Like you're trying to get him to explain something he did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know how little boy, when your boys are young and you trying to just get them to tell you whatever. Like in these faces he makes, like I just can't.
But her grandfather would not, which is why I stayed.
Right. So they
What is that? What was that? Look, I'm turning this into a whole nother video. I'm gonna make it so he's just big screen. Because his facial expressions, I don't even know what he's doing. He's like 4 over there.
Her grandfather would not, which is why I stayed.
Right. So she wanted to come, but they would not let her.
What was that face?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I know a lot of people.
From when I didn't go to the other side. So after maybe 5 or 6 hours, like I said, Daniel had left, so he could not come back. He went to CHP. But her grandfather and I stayed, and her grandfather said, I'm not going to leave until I see the car come out of the water.
Okay.
He's part of the car because they didn't want us to. They said, it's not going to be. You don't want this to be your life. They definitely did not want him looking in the vehicle.
Right.
And I had already seen pictures.
Why is that?
And I told him.
Why is that? He didn't want to. He didn't even want to be there. I thought as soon as he got down there, he was like, nah, dude, I don't want to see this happening, and left, right?
That was Dad. Grandpa said he was staying because he said he was going to be there.
Yeah, but didn't he just say about them telling Daniel that he's not allowed to look in the car? Like, yo, that's his daughter. He could if he wanted to, honestly.
He could if he wanted to. Somebody should have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody should have had a little look-see. Something just very. I'd like to talk to Nick a little bit.
I had already seen pictures, and I told him to, and he didn't want that. He just said, I just want to see the car, and then I'll leave. So when the car was somewhat out of the water, he at that point, I believe, I'm pretty sure Lindsay. I know that several family members were there, but they were across the.
Oh, okay.
They were I think they're where Adventures with Purpose went.
Look, they bribed this motherfucker with food.
And so, which is not far, but you can't, there's a body of water, there's an inlet.
Didn't Sammy say they were giving out like free snacks and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is not far, but you can't, there's a body of water, there's an inlet of water
Right.
between you. I think they were there because David, who's the grandfather, said he was going to go over there with the rest of his family, and then I just left.
Oh, okay. So I just want to make sure I have everything clear.
What is he doing? Are you guys paying attention? Like his eyes and like the weird movements he's making?
Mm-hmm. He looks like he hasn't slept since that day.
I probably wouldn't either.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So I
Why does he do that? He's picturing something. What'd you see that day, buddy? Can't sleep about it, can you?
The rest of his family, and then I just left.
Oh, okay. So I just want to make sure I have
What is he on? What is he on?
He does look like he's being held hostage or something. Like, so weird.
It's odd. Like his behavior. Like, what is he on? Watch his eyes.
And then I just left.
Oh, okay. So I just want to make sure.
He's about to nod the fuck out.
What the heck? That was crazy.
Bro, tell me you didn't see that was a long eye shutty shot. Right?
That was a long blink.
That's what I'm saying. It's the food's getting him. Look, he's about to hit a food coma. I gotta see it one more time. I gotta stand up and watch it this time though.
And then I just left.
Oh, okay. So
wow,
so I just want to make
bro.
sure I have everything
They didn't
clear.
want to open
So
it.
did you or Grandpa actually were you able to look in the vehicle? Did you see anything in the vehicle, or did they keep you away from it?
I saw. So before, long before they pulled the car out or anything, Adventures with Purpose did significant amount of video and photos underwater, and then the first thing that
significant. Heard that?
significant amount of video and photos underwater, and then the first thing that law enforcement did when they got there and they established an incident
and photos, and then doesn't they say that then whenever the crime unit got there, forensics took underwater photos before pulling. I mean, they do. Like, you can literally watch them from the helicopter. Like, you can watch them assess the car. Like, they ain't going down there and just hooking up a fucking tow chain. They doing all kinds of things.
The command center was they sent a dive team down, and they
like, where's any of the proof that it's her? Any of it? Any of it? Oh, Holly, they recorded in 4K. You can get so many photos out of that. Just think about the footage that they have. The footage that they have that has not been released. It's crazy to think about.
He videoed probably for an hour and a half underwater without touching the car. So I had seen imagery. I didn't go to the car and look inside, but I had seen underwater imagery just to know that it was her. And I assured her family that,
just to know it was her. Who is he?
Sure.
Is that why he got the hoodie? Because he went down there and assessed that it was her. What the fuck?
They gave it to him as a prize. Ugh.
Like, here, have a hoodie and some snacks.
Good work. Some snacks.
Look.
Just so you know,
her little polo shirt with the little sticker badge on it, and he got a SARS hoodie.
Just so you know, I have proof that AWP did not show him any pictures or videos.
Yep.
Y'all keep that in mind.
Yeah, he makes stuff up. He's like a little kid telling a story, like a 4-year-old telling a story.
Because I have proof, y'all. So
one of them kids got really good imagination. Yeah. Got a real good imagination and making shit up. This motherfucker about half nodding off.
It looks like almost like he doesn't want to make eye contact with her.
Probably don't want to make eye contact with his own self.
What did I miss, like, that he's talked about so far?
He says that AWP showed him pictures and proof that it was her, and that's
What
a
the
fucking
hell?
lie.
Yeah,
Because
it's a lie.
I have the proof of that.
What did he say after he said Lindsay wasn't allowed up there and all that? That him and Grandpa were just
like he's painting it as law enforcement said the family can't go around a car. But this guy,
but he
is
can.
not a PI, has no jurisdiction in fucking California. Mr. Fashion Photographer. They're gonna let him go down and look at footage to confirm it's Kylie Rodney, not next of kin. Who is he? Yeah, he a storyteller. Like I feel like he's a narrative filler or some shit, a coach or I don't fucking know. He's weird as fuck.
He's
But
like a tube of caulking, just filling up a fucking hole.
She said a tube of caulking. Oh my. Age really getting him.
Okay. So that's what I kind of wanted to know because I know Dad left. He was upset. He was like, I don't want that image in my head, which I understand that.
Yeah.
But I wasn't actually sure if anybody besides the cops who pulled the car out had actually seen inside the car.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Who do we watch that makes those same mouth movements? Who in the story does that same thing?
Besides the cops who pulled the car out had actually seen inside the car.
Yeah, so actually before law enforcement even showed up, so that video that you see, I think you're referencing that from Adventures with Purpose, where he, we arrive and then within a minute or so, Daniel gets on the quad runner and takes off. That's like an hour and a half later. They make it all happen that quick. We were there. Daniel was at least an hour and a half before he decided to leave. So. But before law enforcement even was there, I had seen imagery from Adventures with Purpose.
Bro, that's a bold statement.
Freaking liar.
A bold. He's looking to the left. Number one. Number two, like he's just like this dude is such a hack. He's such a fucking con. Like he really is. Inserted himself into a case. Like. What are you, dude? Like a watcher? It's weird as fuck. Like, isn't this stalking people? What he does? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, because he just inserts himself into these families' lives.
I mean, that's the thing is he's not a private investigator. So if somebody hired him to do private investigator work like that, and
I think he just inserted himself. And I don't know, but it's sick.
Does it all? Does work pro bono.
You can have it.
In a state I'm not
it's actually getting cold. I was just gonna get my blanket. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Wait, what is this person saying? He's FEMA trained and arrest certified. Be careful, Steven Fisher.
Yeah, come try me, bro.
Yeah, he's going through all kinds of weird. What's he gonna do?
Steph Fisher.
I had seen imagery from Adventures with Purpose.
Bullshit.
So we knew that. They didn't want to see. But I had seen it. And,
what you seen it from? Who? You mean you saw it when they uploaded it on their shit? Like what? How did he see?
He made it up in his mind.
I don't know. How did he see unless he inserted himself into saying it? Like, that's the only thing is like, what clearance does he have? Like, what type of shit? Because he clearly doesn't have.
Maybe images of the sonar.
Yeah, but how are you going to confirm it's her off of sonar, though? Like, that's the thing is like, why are you lying, bro? Like, you're like a 4-year-old that over exaggerates a story, inserts bullshit lies in there just to kind of like pat your own back. Meanwhile, you're mad because, I mean.
And notice his pictures are on his wall, the ones that
Oh
he
yeah.
moved around.
Disgusting.
Yep.
God, he's so. Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, like a whole nother head growing off his neck. Damn.
Part of that, I think, was, to be honest with you, was kind of a mistake because they, for whatever reason, instead of going in the trailer and showing it, they airdropped this imagery. And I was like, you got to shut this because it was open to everybody. I just, so
Airdropped this imagery.
They did not.
What is this dude talking about?
Somebody
Like,
said
is
he
that why
hacked
he
their
looked
camera
up to grab
Bluetooth.
that lie? What's that?
They said he hacked their camera Bluetooth, apparently.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't airdrop it, motherfucker. That's
No.
like what I'm saying.
Hell
Like, the
no.
only way he got that shit is if he's out there hacking people. Like, and he's a shady motherfucker. Like, I wouldn't doubt it if that's how he's getting his information. It's not that people handed it to him. He's out here getting into people's shit. Like, he's not certified to do anything. The shit that he's doing is against the law.
So OSHA certified gives him access to all crime scenes because of bodily fluids and the chemicals used to remove them.
Bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Bullshit. That is not
OSHA
true. 'Cause
certified?
I
Yeah,
am
OSHA
and
certified. No.
I cannot walk right up
No.
on a crime scene.
That might
Yeah,
be what
OSHA
he's
doesn't
making
mean
people believe, but
yeah, like he's just telling all kinds of tall tales.
I am OSHA certified and have been for 20-something years, and I just can't walk up on a crime scene and do my
right?
thing.
No,
No.
I don't know.
It don't work like that.
Damn sure don't.
And he's not a private investigator, so like I just like is law enforcement letting friends of friends? Because I mean, look what they allowed Sammy to do. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, take this case. I mean, who's to say they just didn't want to do anything and they were just let the community handle it? You know, that damn community.
Fatty McFatterson, you liar. Good Lord.
instead of going in the trailer and showing it, they airdropped this image.
Instead of going into the trailer, what? They just airdropped the imagery. They just wow, bro.
Their phones weren't even on, just so you know. Remember, they went dark.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? I gotta look when he looks up again.
Part of that, I think, was, to be honest
like
with
he
you,
can't even make fucking eye contact. Like he can't even look at his screen. He can't even like.
He doesn't at all.
What? No.
was kind of a mistake because they, for whatever reason, instead of going in the trailer and showing it, they airdropped this imagery. And I was like, you got to shut this open to everybody. I just, so
right.
And I want to make sure that.
So he's making up bullshit on AWP just to discredit them, is what he's doing. Like he's not a good
They get
person.
him for slander. He's so full of shit.
Like what comes out of his mouth like is false information. Like that's not cool, Steve.
That, well, David didn't even have a with him, but yeah, so no, I did see, what needed to be seen, and
okay. And now I'm trying to say this without, because I'm not trying to offend Adventures with Purpose or anything like that. But I was curious. So obviously, when we watch the video, you can tell it's heavily edited. The way they released it.
I agree.
Because a lot of people thought that too. They were like, "Why did the father leave so fast? He was not there very long." And I'm like, you got to think that they had to, put it together. Yeah. So did you at all have any contacts with the mother, Lindsay, at all?
Not besides, not beyond at the volunteer center. Everybody that was there to search and whatnot was asked to check in the morning.
So why didn't the mom of the daughter that's missing go and chit chat with this dude that seems to know everything?
that was there to search and whatnot was asked to check in the mornings, so they knew who was out there in case
Right.
somebody else went missing, in case a searcher went, so they could account for everybody. So only
Wait, what?
was there to search and whatnot was asked to check in the mornings, so they knew who was out there in case somebody else went missing, in case a searcher went,
Wait.
In case what?
In case somebody
In
else
case
went
what?
missing.
Wait. Roll that back a little bit.
Yeah. That's exactly. I'm gonna turn this shit up. Hold up. I need to make it extra loud. I'm sorry. If y'all don't like it, you could turn your volume down on your own end, but I want to hear that extra good. He mumbles a lot. Oh boy.
Mumble it again.
so they knew who was out there in case
Hold up, bruh. Say it
at the
again.
volunteer center, everybody that was
I
guides.
want the whole story.
Put it together. So did you at all have any contact with the mother, Lindsay, at all?
Not besides, not beyond at the volunteer center, everybody that was there to search and whatnot was asked to check in the mornings, so they knew who was out there in case somebody else went missing, in case a searcher went, so they could.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a weird answer. In case a searcher went missing, that's still weird.
Mm-hmm.
In case you stumbled on some information you're not supposed to have. I don't even fucking know, man. Keeping tabs on what information's being caught. It's weird. It's very weird.
Knew who was out there in case somebody else went missing, in case a searcher went.
Why does he mumble shit like that? Why does he do that?
So they knew who was out there in case somebody else went missing, in case a searcher went, so they could account for everybody. So only through that, she, she was distraught. Now, that's the same way that I met her father and grandfather, grandmother, or sorry, not grandmother, but David's significant other.
Jeez.
And but
so what?
I said, geez, he can't get his words out. Like, is this? I mean, it's not hard to remember, especially
He's
this
like
stuff.
that drunk dude on King of the Hill, and the other one on Beavis and Butthead, the ones that got that them little squigglies around him the whole time.
Yeah, like why does he get so nervous?
I don't fucking know. I don't. It's like somebody's always watching him, but there ain't nobody there. Maybe he's schizophrenic. Who knows?
Yo, we need to send this to Captain Kurt. I might message him and tell him to come listen to this.
Shit hurts, man. I don't know. Maybe he feels like people are after him. Maybe there are people after him. I don't know. He's nervous about shit all the time, though. His anxiety medicine ain't working. You're very true, Tasha.
Significant other. But Lindsay was obviously, my purpose was not, to get to know her or anything.
What?
His purpose was not to get to know her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, why? Like you getting chum with that other side? Why? That's weird. You as a private investigator, like even though you're not using your private investigating skills, like you should have still profiled her. What? Like what? Maybe she hired him. You know what I mean? Because you got to separate yourself away from. I mean, look at any criminal case. You know what I mean? You got to pretend like you don't know somebody, or you distance yourself, and that's kind of weird. That's a weird statement.
Lindsay was.
Hold on a second.
Yep.
Hold on a second. He didn't know her and didn't want to get to know her, but didn't he go to the lodge?
Yeah.
Wine on the back porch
with Pat. That's what's weird to me is that man don't live there no more.
Yeah,
he doesn't live there. Like I don't think any.
And Lindsay
it sounds like it's all made up.
Lindsay would have been home. Yeah, I don't know if he ever went to the freaking lodge. I don't know.
No, this man
He
just
had the
feels like a
code to
fucking
get in the
distraction.
gate.
He don't
Like,
have anything. Yeah,
I think
that's
he
what I'm
made that
saying.
up. I think he lied about that.
I think he lied about a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't think there's any truth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like with Megan and him and so many non-player characters that inserted themselves into the story. Like, nothing they have to say really ain't worth shit.
Mm-mm.
Like you have to listen to literally an hour of them to get 2 minutes of like information out of it, and it feels purposely done. That's why I called her shit accidentally on purpose, like this whole ass thingy.
Oh my god.
Fucking word salad. Like, what is this mental mind fuck? Ugh. All right, we got this. We can do it. We can do it. We're almost 8 minutes in, y'all.
We're getting it.
This might be in 2 parts.
But Lindsay was obviously, my purpose was not.
Obviously, you know. No, she doesn't know. That's why she's asking you, sir. Ugh. No, I feel like he's train trucky. Like, what the fuck? Do they all go to like the same? Do they like take the same Truckanese 101? Like, I don't. What? Oh, my ear aches and I don't know.
Lindsay was obviously, my purpose was not, to get to know her or anything. It was to help. So
to help. What?
But wouldn't you, as a PI, you would?
If he's there to help, he should be helping the mother. That's like, help who? Sammy? Like, who are you helping here?
Why did he go straight? Let's think about this. Why would he go straight to dad and grandpa? That's what I want to know.
Because they had the money.
Why you ain't getting down?
Because grandpa had the money.
Yeah, grandpa's the money pot. You know what I mean?
This is.
Search and rescue, and he seems to love water. Took all them dive classes and shit. Like, it's kind of weird.
He was on his way to Hawaii too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Starting to wonder about this man.
Did I meet her? Yes. Did we have any conversations like face to face, one-on-one? No.
Oh, okay. Now, Adventures with Purpose. Obviously, when they dropped that video and they included the part where he was on the phone and he said Kylie got into a fight with blank, and then they blanked it out. That it would cause a huge stir online, right? Reason like I get it. But did you yourself hear anything about that? Were you there at that point? Like, was that mentioned at all?
No, I think so. I'll
Bro, just get it out.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We
haven't even got to any of her questions. Like, he really hasn't answered any of her questions.
He never ever. He's not going.
How does she not shake the fuck out of him?
He doesn't answer about the fight. I'll be like, okay, can we get back to this question?
Yeah, this is the question I asked you though, there, buddy. Wow. Okay, let's try it again.
Like, was that mentioned at all?
No, I think so. I'll come back to that, but just when we were there, and this is while Daniel was still there in that hour and a half before it took law enforcement a while to get out there, just because they're spread out,
Right.
And I think the FBI.
Wait a minute, they're spread out, motherfucker. Law enforcement should have been there looking around for her anyway, like making sure. What? That's right. At this point, law enforcement already gave up on her because nope, no car or body here. Wow, dude. Wow. Hope he doesn't make my other ear hurt.
A while to get out there, just because they're spread out,
Right.
And
this is just. Does he have a silver tooth?
When we were there, and this is while Daniel was still there in that hour and a half before it took law enforcement a while to get out there, just because they're spread out,
Right.
And I think the FBI was, actually, one of the local police departments, not the sheriff's, it showed up first, and then the FBI, and then the sheriff started showing up. But while we're waiting,
They call him Shiny 2 Steven.
Like that guy from Marvin from not Marvin. What was his name from Home Alone?
Oh my god.
Joe Pesci.
waiting for them, I could see Doug and the camera people down
He could
on the
see
shoreline.
a Doug.
I can see a Doug. Bet you could see Doug.
He needs to say that right. Doug. Boo. Get his name right. Oh,
See a Doug.
gosh.
Oh shit.
Waiting for them, I could see Doug and the camera people down on the shoreline where they clearly were like,
Oh my god, I can't like his. Oh my god.
So he says
what?
but he says and
Doug.
so much.
Yeah, it's like it's a
Who else does
requirement.
that? There's like 2 other people I know that do that.
Yeah, it's like the ones, the nervous ones.
The nervous ones, right?
Telling a story, the narrative are the ones that are all like fucking it all up. Can't just get it out. The truth doesn't. It doesn't take that long to just tell the truth. That you don't. Ooh.
Before you continue, this is so true. They have the footage of SF talking in their footage. So, you know, whatever he's saying, if he's lying on him, he needs to be careful about what he's lying about.
Yeah, you should be
because they have that footage.
And that's the thing is like, if you're saying you saw footage, that means you hacked into somebody's device. Like,
yeah,
bro, there ain't no reason why you have this information. Why you have it? You're not a private investigator in California. For shame, for shame. But now he's search and rescue and shit.
He has to make himself like, it's just. I've seen him go from what he was to this, and it's just disgusting.
Like, what's he search and rescuing? Fashion models? Like, I just don't get it.
Because he wants to be like AWP, don't you know? He hates them, but he wants to be like them.
He's never gonna be AWP. Like, damn, he looks rough, y'all.
He looks horrible.
Look, he looks rough. He got a neck no more. Wow.
First, and then the FBI, and then the sheriff started showing up. But while we're waiting for them, I could see Doug and the camera people down on the shoreline where they clearly were like doing a take over and over, you know. So I was like, are they like? And it took about 30 minutes before I realized there was cameras even there because there was a lot of people, but you're just so like, you can't believe what's going on.
30 minutes.
Wait, first you see him doing take after take, so you obviously know it's cameras and everything going on. Then you realize that there's cameras and stuff. What?
After 30 minutes, he realized.
So you see them doing all these takes, but then you realize that okay, all right.
He's trying to paint AWP like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have Jared. Go ahead, have Jared. I know.
Yeah, you can have AWP.
I know exactly what he did. I can guarantee this dude was all up in them Reddit forums, and when he caught that little bit of dirt on somebody, he was like, "Hey guys, like check it."
Yeah. Yep.
Like he's like the school student that nobody likes, so then he just goes and tells on everybody.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he goes to tell his story, it's so over-exaggerated, like, it's no wonder why people don't want to listen to him. But, like, you can tell he's lying a lot because he's so anxious and nervous about the lie that he's telling. Like, this is, like... And everybody's like, well, why you make fun of them? Well, look, are you paying attention? Oh, thank you, baby. Well, and not only that, like all the questions, like she's asking him solid fucking questions, and we'll come back to that, dude. We haven't got to one of them.
You know what? That is kind of true. It's funny how this video dropped today, and so did Jared's case.
Yeah, and then did you notice? Oh, no, you haven't. This is right at the end. Okay, so I only watched the last 10 minutes of this, and right at the end, he had to be sure to tell on Jared. Y'all go watch his shit. Like he's a little tattletale, like he lies. And he probably gets paid to do it. No, it's not even. It's not even so much about attention seeking. It's they snitchy little bitches that make shit up, and it's not. It's on purpose. It's not accidentally or just attention seeking. Like they purposely do this. Can't prove it yet, but I will.
The ball, the buoy out there, and you're like, the car's right there.
Yeah.
So, but I can see them like retaking shots, and I even.
Why is he so like? You notice like these people are always so like crazily obsessed with like he should be caring about what Lindsay's doing, and if he's there to help, right? He should be helping Lindsay and her family, but he's more worried about what AWP's doing. Ain't it weird? It's weird. It's like he's got a thing for him or something. Like it's weird. Yes, thank you. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, but I can see them like retaking shots, and I even mentioned to her grandfather, I'm like, they're like creating a scene, like redoing a scene over and over, and
creating a scene.
So anyway, to get back to your question, I'm sorry, but it was, did I see
like, were you around, or did
Lindsay.
you hear anything? Was there talk going on at the point where they were talking about the fight?
Yeah, no. What they did turn into a big deal was not long after we got there, maybe 5-6 minutes after we've been there, and they said, the ball is where we found the car, and it's 14 feet of water. And then I did some of the imagery, and I came back, and then when in that video you see there's like a circle of us kind of sitting around. And when I ask was her seatbelt on, or was she in the driver's seat?
Right.
So shortly as that conversation went on a little bit, Doug said, listen, can I talk to you guys privately? And he might at this point still don't know there's cameras there. I still had real, not like they were hiding them. I just,
right.
So he takes me, Daniel, and David down right to the water line. And so now there's a circle of 4 of us, and he's like, listen, he asked me, he said, who would if something
get it out, bro.
I don't think he said criminal, but if foul play was involved,
is it just me, or does it look like does it look like he's reading notes that he just wrote down before this?
Yeah, that's why he's always holding his pen. That's why
someone said he has like a bullet point list or something like
stay on point. But he's getting all off point because he's just trying to tell stories.
When it started, you could see him to his right, like stack up papers.
Thank you.
Yeah, he moves stuff around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's very nervous about his bullet points. It's just very sus. So sus.
Right now, and I said it would be Jagger and Sammy,
right?
Because up to that point, you're suspects, right?
Wow.
Now. And I said it would be Jagger and Sammy,
right?
Because up to that point,
right,
we're thinking the car's been gone 2 weeks. There's got to be foul play involved here.
Yeah.
But we think now it's most likely an abduction because we know how much gas she had in the car, and surveillance was pulled from every single gas station within that radius. So we know the car didn't stop and get gas. So we're thinking the car's in a garage somewhere and somebody got her. Right. So I said, and those 2 names.
Play that back. Yeah, everything's we.
Sounds like he knew there was the car parked in a garage somewhere.
I mean, damn, boy, you sounded kind of sus. I mean, were you there? You seem to know a lot about it. You trying to cover your tracks?
How do you know that there was that much gas in her car? How do you know that?
It's almost like he was stalking her.
He was the one in the garage.
Like, for real? Like, he's kind of like, did the FBI question him?
When he says he asked about the seatbelt, what seatbelt is he talking about? In the back?
I don't know,
because they didn't even know about that until after.
And of course, in his old interview,
was she in her seatbelt? This is kind of creepy.
in his old interview, he said that she stopped and got $2 worth of gas.
Right.
So, but in this one, he says they took all the videos, and she didn't stop and get gas.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is why Sammy just got even more suspect, okay? Is if there's no footage of Kylie and she didn't get gas.
Then where did that fucking picture come from?
Then yeah, because then he's at no gas station. And that definitely Kylie was too busy to be shopping at fucking Totally Bored.
So rewind that back just so we can hear him lie.
Yeah,
go
back about
we are.
Something about the seatbelt, or I want you to play.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's most likely an abduction because
say it all over again, buddy. Telling on everybody.
If something, I don't think he said criminal, but if foul play was involved, who would be your suspects right now? And I said it would be Jagger and Sammy.
Right.
Because up to that point,
right,
we're thinking the car's been gone 2 weeks. There's got to be foul play involved here.
Yeah.
But we think now it's most likely an abduction because we know how much gas she had in the car, and surveillance was pulled from every single.
Who hired this man?
Nobody. He hired himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first he said he got pictures from AWP. Now he's saying that he was talking to them and they asked his opinion of what happened. They didn't even talk to him, correct, Lala?
They did not.
They did
no,
not.
And that's the
talk
thing
to
is
him.
when you see them on footage, the only time Nick and Doug are talking to anybody is the pap and the father.
Yep.
Like this dude.
I think we've confirmed it too, that he's not.
I wonder, he been investigating. Y'all just letting him be search and rescue and all this weird shit. How do you know he ain't the reason why little girls are coming up missing? Y'all investigating him?
He said he was the one who asked about if Kylie was wearing a seatbelt. No, he was not.
Like, what made him stop
going
right
to
in
Hawaii?
the middle of going to Hawaii to do fashion photography? Did he be like, skirt, let's go to Truckee?
And not only that, but is that his only ties to Hawaii? I mean, makes you wonder.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird as fuck. Like, this man's weird, like getting weird to me.
Maybe he did insert himself because he does know somebody.
Yeah. I mean, he could be that somebody. Somebody should ask this man some questions. I bet you get real nervous real quick. He might even shit his own pants.
Jane Doe, I just want to say, even if they would have tried to hire him, his license was only for Alabama. He could not use that
he ain't a
in
licensed
California. It's illegal, so he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So if he did,
yeah, and he keeps saying we. Who's we?
He means I don't know him on the scene. I don't know who he could be talking about.
But he's always saying we.
He means him and DX and his little crew.
We.
Because remember, he had a Discord, and I guarantee he had all those people from Twitter in his Discord.
I mean, I just don't understand why he didn't get investigated. This is weird as hell, the shit that he's saying. This don't make no sense to me.
It would be Jagger and Sammy.
Right.
Because up to that point,
right,
we're thinking the car's been gone 2 weeks. There's got to be foul play.
Why is he smiling? Dude, I can't wait to zoom his face in. Like, I'm sorry I'm going to do it to y'all, but I definitely need to zoom his face in.
Right.
We're thinking the car's been gone 2 weeks. There's got to be foul play involved here.
Yeah.
Why is he smiling? He's smiling about the car being missing for 2 weeks. Like, why are we smiling, sir? This is weird.
Jagger and Sammy.
Right.
Because up to that point,
right,
we're thinking the car's been gone 2 weeks. There's got to be foul play involved here.
Yeah.
But we think now it's most likely an abduction because we know how much gas she had in the car, and surveillance was pulled from every single gas station within that radius. So we know the car didn't stop and get gas. So we're thinking
Alabama's the easiest state to get your PI license in. That's what's in Alabama.
the car's in a garage somewhere, and somebody got her.
Right.
So So I said, and those two names, and he's like, and then he then proceeded.
Did he say? He's like, what? Wow. I don't know. Simon says this is just weird. Like maybe he just likes getting close to young girls.
It always seems to be young girls' cases that he got into.
That's what I'm saying. This is weird. This man's weird. I'm allowed to call him weird. I ain't slander. He's weird.
I'll put on your little banner for you.
And those two names, and he's like, and then he then proceeded to tell us in a lot more detail than what you see on their edited video about the encounter with Nick, the roadside guy, and they tell us, we had this.
This is just getting weirder and weirder for me, man. How does he know about Nick Tow Truck guy? Like, why is he bringing all this up? Did you orchestrate it like this? Like that? Like what? What?
Or edited video about the encounter with Nick, the roadside guy, and they tell us, we had this guy. He's a big fan of ours. He found us coming into town. He pulled us over, and he tells the same story he tells everybody, except they very specifically said to us that they showed a picture of Jagger,
right,
and that he identified Jagger.
No,
now,
they did not.
I know that since then,
this isn't true.
No.
This isn't true.
Because the dude in the picture isn't Jagger, number one.
Isn't Jagger.
Like, why is he doing this? Like, is he trying to implicate Jagger to get the heat off of somebody else? Like, he look like a cartoon right now. Like, what's his goofy ass eyes doing?
He's so weird.
And that he identified Jagger. Now, I know that since then, since they've released the further unedited version, that's kind of come out. But, if you remember, after the first round came out, people were still like, he didn't identify Jagger. You identified Jagger. They were saying that I did. I'm just telling you what they told us.
Right.
So and at that point, it's like, it makes sense that foul play could be involved because, we hadn't time to process it, although we knew Jagger had been accounted for in Napa Valley. So that part did not make sense. But we're at that point with anything. Here's the guys that came in, they found the car, which is shocking in itself.
He said that part didn't make sense. How not go look into Nate then? I don't know. Go look into the dudes that might fit. Like, how does it not make sense? Like, it's not really that hard.
Everyone was trying to make Jagger the fall guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
it's almost like he has to discredit AWP and implicate people just to get eyes off of other people.
What's the irony of the timing of him coming out again?
I know. And Jared's things.
And Jared's thing was today.
And then, and not only that, but we've all been talking about it more lately, kind of,
You sure have.
He was sent in.
Weird. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Weird. Narrative setter.
They're like, yo, dude, it's your turn.
How does search and rescue miss that car? The car.
Say what?
Oh, I was just saying the other one is kind of cuckoo right now, so they need him in here. Go ahead.
How does search and rescue miss that car and the dive car? That makes
exactly how? Because they didn't. It wasn't there.
But he missed it too with his drone.
What's that, baby?
He missed it too with his drone.
Yeah, he even recorded it. Like I think he knew he did. He just confirmed it was there. And I didn't see it, bro. You're like a kid in a candy store. As soon as you did your drone, you were probably watching it as you were recording it. Because remember, your son's the one that flew the drone, so you're definitely watching, buddy. If you're waiting for airdrops from AWP that didn't happen, I can guarantee you're watching your son's drone as it's happening.
You know, Amanda's got a good point. Seems like the closer we get to the truth, people come out of the woodwork. Something new gets released, saying, "Look over
Watch,
here,
his
not where
anime
you
is
were
gonna come
headed."
out. She's gonna want an interview soon or some shit. Watch.
Or
She's
Sammy's gonna
drop
come
some.
out because she's coming home
Some weird ass
for
shit's gonna happen. Yep.
shit. Yep. Watch.
Yep.
What did I miss?
Yep.
What? Say that again.
Amanda, she said,
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like the closer we get to the truth, people. Oh yeah, you put it on my bad.
I know, but what did y'all say about that? That it was true. Like, yeah, that's gonna happen. I think so too.
And then like Sammy might come out or
it's anime. Watch. It's anime.
Yeah, she's next. Yep.
She's gonna talk about shit and then start crying about shit. All right, let's go.
It's shocking in itself that how does search and rescue miss that car and the dive car that many times, because I've watched them on like 3 separate days go over that area.
Yeah.
So there you go. He's confirming. If he this is what's weird. Were you training, buddy? Did you see her car? Did you make sure it was there? Like, he just seems to know so much about search and rescue. So much so he wearing a hoodie. And is now licensed search and rescue. Ain't that kind of weird? Don't you think?
Can you explain not what happened or anything like the outcome, but what was it? It was just a hearing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for a preliminary hearing, yes.
Yeah, he said it in here. He's like, "Oh, I got another whatever till Jared's whatever." He said,
"Yeah, it's right at the end." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he's paying attention to that crap.
Now he's telling everybody everything. Telling on everybody. I can't with this man.
Right. Like 3 separate days to go over that area.
Yeah.
See?
So
he watched search and rescue on 3 separate days go over that area. Which means he was there when they did the ROV and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play that one more time for the ones that missed that.
Like 3 separate days car and the dive car that many times, because I've watched them on like 3 separate days to go over that area.
Yeah.
So they really pushed that narrative, and we were like, that.
So what narrative is he saying that they pushed it? That they searched or what?
I don't know. I think he's trying to talk shit on AWP and it ain't making sense.
I think so too.
Like,
I bet you we go back to AWP. I bet she starts talking about AWP. We're going to find out.
That's, because just to let you know, there had been a lead or a sighting at Boca.
Yeah.
In the first couple days, had been. I think it was at the same area that Inspirational Purpose described, and I think it was campsite 14, number 14, I think, and it was.
How does this man know all these details?
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a campsite number.
That's what I'm saying. Like, were you camping out? Does that? Oh, just don't. It don't make no sense.
It was a group of college age kids that had a boat and some jet skis there, and so, but the family had gone out there, and the FBI had gone out there, and it ended up being these college kids that they could be accounted for. But a lady who worked.
All right, I gotta go way back. This dude is all over the place.
Campsite 14.
I gotta go back because he's saying a whole lot here. A whole lot here. A whole fucking lot right here.
Just to let you know, there had been a lead or a sighting at Boca.
Yeah.
In the first couple days, had been. I think it was at the same area that Inspirational Purpose.
He's saying a lot here. Tells on everybody.
Sighting at Boca. To let you know, if you remember, the first round came out, people were still like, he didn't identify Jagger. You identified Jagger. They're saying that I did. I'm saying I'm just telling you what they told us.
Right.
So
No.
And at that point, it's like, it makes sense that foul play could be involved because, we hadn't time to process it, although we knew Jagger had been accounted for in Napa Valley. So that part did not make sense. But we're at that point with anything. Here's the guys that came in, they found the car, which is shocking in itself that how does search and rescue miss that car and the dive team car that many times? Because I've watched them on like 3 separate days go over that area.
Yeah.
So they really pushed that narrative, and we were
The narrative of abduction. I get it now. Huh. Okay.
like, that's, because just to let you know, there had been a lead or a sighting at Boca in the first couple days.
If they would just tell the truth, they wouldn't have to talk like this.
I know.
I noticed that everybody, when it comes to Kylie's case, everybody's scared to talk about it. Like, if you think about it, think about every person that's been interviewed when it comes to Kylie that knows something. They all talk like this. Why? It's like they're nervous to tell the truth. Like they have to.
Because they're afraid to slip up.
Like, it's disgusting. And it's all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Slaughter slid out. She's sliding back in. Let's get it. That's what I'm saying, Jane Doe.
Had been, I think it was at the same area that Adventure with Purpose described, and I think it was campsite 14, number 14, I think, and it was a group of college age kids that had a boat and some jet skis there, and so, but the family had gone out there.
That's creepy as hell. How does he know? Like, is he creeping on these people? But he don't talk to Lindsay. Like, he's here to help, y'all. But he knows about campsite 14 with a group of kids and a boat and a jet skis. But he don't know Lindsay. He's here to help. Okay, sure.
And how does he get these bits of information that never gets released by anybody but him? Or that he thinks?
That's what I'm saying.
Like made up, because it's made up.
Because the only thing that I seen that CNY released was something about campsite 6.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, it was marked out, but all the redactions had the same thing, but I would think they were referring to a campsite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that campsite was at Boca. Because remember, these are the Rangers at Boca, not Prosser, at Boca, that are being questioned.
It looks like he's reading Crane's head.
So
and
what
SF is the one who put Jagger's name out there first, just saying.
Yeah, he did say it was Jagger. He's the one that doxed Jagger.
Yep.
AWP never put his name out there, ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was this man right here. It said his
he
name.
He also doxed AAA because we didn't know that, because they made it very clear, like they made their videos where it was just
roadside assistance.
Exactly.
Roadside assistance.
Why was he releasing any information? A PI doesn't do that.
That's the thing. Is now we're gonna look at Boca 14 and a group of kids with a boat. Like, how's he know there's a group of kids with a boat with jet skis and shit? Like, you watching them? That's weird. That's real weird.
And so, but the family had gone out there, and the FBI had gone out there, and it ended up being these college kids that, they could be accounted for. But a lady who worked at the campground, and said, here's this, and they were really rowdy and drunk. We almost kicked them out.
Mm-hmm.
so it made, then all of a sudden, now we're hearing another thing about that same area, and we're thinking, okay, something's up. Keep in mind, we don't have time to process it at this point.
Right.
But 45 minutes later, Daniel had left, and I was talking to her grandfather as they're still like, the tow truck was just arriving and stuff. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, how can we make this make sense? That there's no way that, like, because the thing that it all kept coming back to was we knew the last cell phone ping location. And we're like, that makes sense for somebody to throw a phone in the water, take the car and come back and dump the car in the exact same spot. With, it's like, we know that the car, unfortunately, probably her, this is before she found, are where the cell phone was. And so that kept tripping us up. And it made sense why they kept scouring that area. I didn't understand why they were saying that, like, the ping was as much on land as it was on water,
Right.
But there's a lot of things that didn't understand. It was a really, really poor investigation. It was a
oh man. Yeah.
I mean, I've been involved in a lot of these, and I've never seen
anything like it.
Bears, and especially, I was staying in the same hotel as the FBI, and there was like 55 FBI agents there.
He just makes himself comfy cozy with everybody, huh? That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's real weird.
Wow.
And there was also Homeland Security. There was there was multiple federal agencies, and the fact that, like, that car was in 14 feet of water, 35 feet offshore, is mind-boggling.
That's crazy.
And the fact that, and I'm not being arrogant about this, but it should not have been me that found the fire cams.
Oh my God, it wasn't.
First of all, a portion of those people that were out on that recovery had the app downloaded to their phones. I guarantee it, because all first responders are suggested to
Hold up.
Did he really say there had been a need for a sighting at Boca? And then now he says it shouldn't have been me that found the fire cams whenever he did.
He said all that. He said all that.
He's trying to take everybody's credit. Like, damn.
Damn, bro. I gotta rewind all that. I'm trying to stuff my face and shit, and this dude got me almost choking on my monkey bread.
The fact he's still one of the only people that's willing to do interviews and come out and talk about this, like,
no, but that's just it. He's not. It's weird timing. I think he was sent to do this on purpose for. Yeah,
it's weird.
I wonder if he's friends with Jared. He's like, make me look bad so that people don't pay attention.
He's sure all up on him. He knew it. He knows all the goings on about him. So.
I don't even
probably
know
the one who set him up. Just saying.
Right? I know. It's weird. It would blow your mind, right?
Crazy.
And the fact that, and I'm not being arrogant about this, but it should not have been me that found the fire cams. And I'm not being arrogant about this, but it should not have been me that found the fire cams. First of all, portion of those people.
How did she keep her composure?
Who sent them to him? I bet you it's that other one that's like, hey guys, look at my fire cam shit.
How did she keep her composure is my question.
I don't know, because I would have called him out on so much.
Dude, I'd have called him out on so much. It'd have been over. He'd have fucking hung up.
We wouldn't have got past the fight. Like,
I got too many questions already. We only 16 minutes in, sir. It's taking us an hour and almost a half.
Yeah. I'd have been like, bro, don't keep going. Answer my fucking question.
Right?
Oh my God. Y'all know me. Coming in hot.
That's interesting. I didn't pay attention to that.
That were out on that recovery had the app downloaded to their phones. I guarantee it, because a portion of them that found the fire cams. First of all, portion of those people that were out on that recovery had the app downloaded to their phones. I guarantee it, because all first responders are suggested to download the FireCam app. They have access to the app, and they can actually zoom the cameras from the app.
Well, now that you've brought that up, I actually would like to make a point on that. And I listen, when those FireCam that video came out, I honestly questioned it. And you know, I mean, right, this case has been so crazy. But my thought was Cal Fire had to have known that camera was there, right? I mean, they had to have known. So why would they never have checked it?
Well,
during this whole time?
When I say the first responders, that's what I'm talking about. The people who operate the camera, which is operated by the universities there, and you can check Cal Fire. I don't think we can assume that everybody was following the case like we were following it. In other words, they probably see it on the news and like, wow, that's tragic, and don't connect the dots. Like, oh, they really can't find a car. She was at a party there, you know.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, look how long it would take me a couple months to even think about it and go, because I originally started looking for what I started looking for was fire tower. I knew that a lot of the fire towers in California, the old ones before I didn't even know they had gone to cameras at this point, but I knew that I had seen a Sunday morning news story a year or two ago where they were converting a lot of those to Airbnbs, even though they're still being used, and that's where they were maintaining them and whatnot, because they're always been maintained by volunteers. And I started looking on Airbnb if there was any of these converted fire towers in that area, because I figured, being Airbnbs, they probably have surveillance just for security purposes.
Right.
And then as I was Googling that and trying to find out locations of them, I ran across the FireCam networks, which I was not familiar with. And then boom, there it was. I mean, I went to the camera and I was like, oh my God. I mean, and then I played back the footage from the day before to see what the nighttime looked like, and you could clearly see headlights. And so then I was like, it was kind of a tricky situation. I wasn't sure which direction to go with it, because I didn't want, I knew it was going to be really sensitive.
He said he didn't know what direction. What? Whoa.
I'll rewind that.
I knew it was going to get hurt. And so then I was like, it was kind of a tricky situation. I wasn't sure which direction to go with it, because I didn't want, I knew it was going to be really sensitive. I knew it was going to get out there if I said anything, and I knew it was going to be really hard for the family to see. But law enforcement didn't, which is not surprising at this point, didn't really do much with it. And I'm not trying to bag on them, but it just was not a good investigation.
Yeah.
The way it's been handled since, I think one of the reasons that we're having this conversation is because Nevada County will not have a press conference to
it's crazy.
close all the loose ends, and they're doing it. They won't do it. This is just my guess, but I 100% think that's because they don't want to answer the questions of why did your divers miss that car? Why the fact that why do we still not have final reports? Why are you still telling some people the investigation's open and some people it's closed?
Right.
It's almost like they're so butthurt about being embarrassed that they're trying to tell us like F off, that's really what it feels like. So and I can tell you, I don't want to speak for the family, but I can tell you that, like, I think that, I just think there's been a lot of frustration there as far as lack of answers and stuff.
Right.
Up until, I know now they don't, but I mean, they weren't getting any information. The whole reason the grandfather, like, was relying on me a lot was he's like, he, after the first night I was there, so I went to his place, I went to the lodge, and he, like, stays in a trailer on the property, so we were sitting outside the trailer having a glass of wine and a paper cup, and he's like, you're the only person that's given me any information this whole debacle. He's like, people talk in circles, and and he's like, Steve, all I want is answers, and I want the truth. I don't want to hear anything that's not the truth.
Right.
You know, I really felt for him. He was just like, he's like, I don't, what is going on, you know? And I didn't have any answers for him at that point. And I just told him, I said, you know, David, I'll stay here searching, you know, as long as I need to. I can't promise you anything.
Yeah.
You know, I was there. I mean, I know people, you know, bring up the fact that I'm a private investigator, which I am, but I was there. Work volunteer, you know, I was there searching on the ground, you know, and
right.
told them, you know what, like I'll fly drones, I'll walk the thing, I'll do everything as long as it takes anything, any answers I come up with, I'll pass on to you. Right. So sorry, I kind of went off track there. But,
no, you're good. So let me ask you this. So you've done a lot of search and rescues. You've done, you know, you've been around a lot of these cases. Did it not, like, what did you think when you saw that, like, Sammy was pretty much running the search and rescue area, and like people were reporting that like teenagers were running these booths where if they, excuse me, if anybody found anything, they just were to take it to this table and hand it over to these teens. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that?
No. And so the way that I got decided to get involved in volunteering is I live in Los Angeles. I had the case had been going on for, I don't know, like a week maybe. Well, I was in Orlando actually on a search for this guy, Vlad. And I got back and I was kind of watching, I had been seeing what's going on, but I was watching it more in depth. And I saw the interview on the news where Sammy said, she's like, oh, any teens, you know, come to me. We're going to go in this trailer here. Yeah. Won't be creepy. You know, I was like, and I actually tweeted, and the tweet's still out there because keep in mind at this point, it's Placer County was running.
Right.
I said, Placer County, I'm like, what is going on? You have because on the news, they're showing her with a microphone. Right. And they're like next to her, and it looks like they know what's going on, right? So I tweeted at them, and this is paraphrasing. I haven't seen the tweet in a while, but it's out there. And I said, what is going on? You're letting a teenager run an investigation of a missing person that at this point, a lot of people are thinking is an abduction, you know?
Right.
And they actually tweeted back at me, which I was shocked. And they said, she brought her own microphone and we were on public land. So
wow,
not much. And I was shocked at that, and it really kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. And that's why I decided at 1 o'clock in the morning, I got in my car and I just started driving that way.
Oh, really?
I was like, this is crazy. A 6 or I guess she 8, 7, whatever. I'm like, is the FBI is there, Homeland Security is there, all the local law enforcement, the sheriff, everybody's there, and she is saying, come to me. Here's my number, or come to, and then that was the same meeting where she was saying, parents, drop your kids off.
Right.
Do not
drive away.
Do not stay in the area. Whatever she was saying, like leave.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
Craziness.
And
I've never seen such a thing.
No. And I think, and so I got up there, and it's actually the next morning is when I met David for the first time at the no. I'm sorry. The next day when I got there, the first people I met was Daniel, her father, and I think Daniel's I don't know for sure. But
what did he say?
The next day is when I met.
So he said the first day he met Daniel, and who? He stumbled, like he mumbled, like it's like, so it's probably important.
He said Daniel the father, I think. And then he goes, well, I don't know if he's her father.
He always mumbles weird shit.
He said something after the father, though. Just play it again. Maybe not. But
I don't know. She had to look away. She looked like she was about to chuckle at him right there.
Her father. When I got there, and she was saying, parents, drop your kids off.
Right.
Not
drive away.
Do not.
RL is right there. Like, it sounded like he'd been listening to my lives and just repeating the shit that I'm saying now.
He's been sleeping.
Right?
He's been listening to
He's definitely been, dude. He's repeating shit he hears from everybody else. This is fucking nuts. This is nuts, y'all.
Stay in the area, whatever she was saying, like leave.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
Craziness.
And
I've never seen such a thing.
no, and I think, and so I got up there, and it's actually the next morning is when I met David for the first time at the no, I'm sorry. The next day when I got there, the first people I met was Daniel, her father, and I think Daniel's girlfriend. I don't know for sure.
Right there.
Daniel's girlfriend.
Girls,
Said
yeah.
Daniel's girlfriend, I
that's what I
think.
meant.
Now
He
he's trying to make,
mumbled it. Yeah.
Daniel's
I'm not-
girlfriend, I think.
Daniel the father, but I'm not sure that he's the father. What?
No.
Yeah.
No,
He
he
said
says Daniel the father, and he says and his girlfriend.
girlfriend,
He
I think.
mumbled it. Yeah, he mumbled it.
Wow, this is dude.
And keep in mind, chat, he was there August 16th, so this would be the 17th he's talking about.
Yeah, he was there for a hot minute. I know. I feel like I need an Adderall or like more focused medicines or something. Like it does. It makes me.
This
feel
interview
like
is worse than other people's interviews.
like it feels like my brain bursts out in squirrels. Like for real.
For sure. But and then I searched all day, and the next day is when I met Dave.
And then I searched all day. Like, why is he mumble shit? Yeah, and I think Daniel's girlfriend. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Ara. I know.
Her father, and I think Daniel's girlfriend. I don't know for sure. But and no, I'm sorry. The next day when I got there, the first people I met was Daniel, her father, and I think Daniel's girlfriend. I don't know for sure. But and then I searched all day, and the next day is when I met David really early in the morning, and at the trailer, maybe at like 5:30 in the morning, he'd come out to walk his dog, and
why is he meeting him there? Like, how's he know he's walking his dog and shit? Like, it's like you're stalking people, bruh.
He probably was following him around.
Like, it does. Like,
mm-hmm.
Does he really say the first appointment, Holly? Hold on.
Met David really early in the morning, and at the trailer, maybe at like 5:30 in the morning, he'd come out to walk his dog, and we talked for a long time, and that came up, and I was like, one of the reasons I'm here is because I don't understand why this is happening with,
right?
And it ends up.
I don't understand why this is happening. What the fuck? I'm something. I gotta listen to all this.
And I think, and so I got up there, and it's actually the next morning is when I met David for the first time at the no, I'm sorry. The next day when I got there, the first people I met was Daniel, her father, and I think Daniel's girlfriend. I don't know for sure. But and then I searched all day, and the next day is when I met David really early in the morning, and at the trailer, maybe at like 5:30 in the morning, he'd come out to walk his dog, and
what's he doing up there at 5:30 in the morning? This is weird. Why is he going on bothering? Like, unless he's following these people, why are you at somebody's house at 5:30 in the morning? Do you have no respect? That's weird.
He did say he left at 1 o'clock in the morning to go ahead over there. So,
yeah.
We talked for a long time, and that came up, and I was like, one of the reasons I'm here is because I don't understand why this is happening with,
right?
And it ends up, and I'm not trying to defend law enforcement, but it actually kind of ended up being a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, that Sammy did that, and a lot of information came out of that.
Right.
So,
a lot of fake information. So it's a good thing Sammy did that, because a lot of information she put out nothing but false freaking lies.
Be honest with you, that Sammy did that, and a lot of information came out of that.
Right.
So, because that trailer was be kind of vague here, just because I don't, but you could read between the lines, I think. But that trailer is privately owned. Well, I'll just say, it's owned by her grandfather, and he's allowed to give permission for law enforcement to do things to it and everything. So, so if those conversations are really monitored,
so it's bugged.
Video and audio.
He's going to be real vague about it, but I'm going to get right to the point.
Exactly. But this does confirm that they bugged it, and like, where did that freaking information go?
Why would they need to bug it though? Like, that's what's
to hear
weird.
The truth of all what these teens are saying, but what's weird is that we've never heard anything from it. So what did they do with it?
Well, I'll just say, it's owned by her grandfather, and he's allowed to give permission for law enforcement to do things to it and everything. So, so if those conversations are really monitored, on video and audio, they come out of it. If a teenager comes in and says, "I don't want to talk to law enforcement, but this is," I don't think people should assume that there was anything was said in those trailers that isn't known, I guess.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I know you had mentioned the ping, and you're like, we kept going back to the ping because that's the one thing. So I mean, if you're is that the one thing? Because I know you were foul play in the beginning. Like pretty much everybody was, and I know you were too. But is that the one thing that like made you think not foul play? Like maybe this really was an accident?
No, because even with this, so no, because when I was flying the drone after like the second day I was there, I would keep going back. I would search a lot of spots, but when the thing that was tricky about that reservoir is that if there wasn't clouds, it was like a mirror. So I couldn't fly a drone, or it would just be a mirror image of the drone. It was that calm,
Right.
So I would go there either early in the morning or later in the afternoon, and I kept flying over that because at that point, and also I would throw some magnets and stuff. At that point, I was truly looking for a cell phone because I thought, okay, they seem pretty certain the ping's here, and the FBI has
he's even more worried about the cell phone than a car. That's weird. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, his voice is quivering.
Magnets and stuff. At that point, I was truly looking for a cell phone because I thought, okay, they seem pretty certain the ping's here, and the FBI has a whole team that called their
like, they don't find it suspicious though. Okay, if they didn't find a cell phone, that tells you somebody took it, which means she didn't drive herself into the water.
Oh, but he's gonna say something else in here you might not have heard.
Oh, okay.
I forget the name of the team, but it's just cell phone triangulation stuff. And they and so at that point I'm thinking, okay, the phone must have been ditched,
Right.
And keep in mind we haven't heard the story yet about from Adventures of Purpose about Boca. That Boca lead had been other Boca lead had been looked into, and so nobody's thinking anything about that. But okay, it makes sense if somebody wants to get, because listen, if I was going to kidnap somebody, first thing you got to do is get rid of anything that can track. So that's the phone's in there.
Wow.
Why would you not say something like, usually when a kidnapper kidnaps someone, they take, why would you say, if I was to kidnap someone? What the hell? That's really weird.
It's odd.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it makes sense if somebody wants to get, because listen, if I was going to kidnap somebody, first thing you got to do is get rid of anything that can track. So that makes sense that the phone's in there. And it's shallow water on the edges, so it was worth, and it does fluctuate quite a bit even during the day. So it's so I was looking in the mud and whatnot. And as you can see from from Juan's footage, when he found the laptop and stuff, you see how stuff can be in there. And so I didn't think that the cell phone ping meant not foul play at all.
Okay.
Now, when the car is found there later, next to the cell phone ping, then you're like, okay, we're actually together. I mean, the phone was with her, so
No, so they did. So the phone was in the car.
So what?
Mm-hmm.
Phone was with her. So
right. No, so they did. So the phone was in the car. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I know that's been a big thing. Like,
I don't know why. I don't know why they won't come out and just say it. Again, these are things that clarify. But yes, the phone was in the car.
Okay.
Can I just say something?
They didn't even
that, and I said this in mine that I think at some point, but that whole thing that came out that the FBI had her phone, it wasn't even like a press statement or like an official statement. It was just like, oh, just got confirmation via email or text or something like that the FBI has her phone. It wasn't nothing like official. It was really weird. So
where's all the proof? Like,
exactly. Why wouldn't they come out and say that, you know?
Maybe there's a reason why that investigation's still open.
He doesn't have proof for anything that he says.
No, he doesn't.
That's all you can say at this point.
Right.
There's a lot of even people in the sheriff's department that didn't even know that. I mean, the key people did, but I mean, I don't know why these things, especially when they're, I can understand that maybe in the first couple of days when they're making sure there's not foul play, but once you have a pretty good idea there's not foul play, there's no reason to keep all this stuff so secretive. You know what I mean? Like now there's, I mean, they won't, the FBI won't release anything on this probably for another year because they always just like with Brian Laundrie and so, you know, they always wait 18 months before they'll give out anything, you know, and but it creates this shitstorm.
Yeah, they make it so you can't run DNA and do certain fucking forensic thingies so that like there's no proof in their lie.
Yeah, but not only that, Brian Laundrie's case was different. They actually did, the parents were fighting for one. Number two, they did come out with everything because the parents keep pushing for civil suits. And you know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. He can't compare it to this is way different.
We're not even halfway through this fucking video.
No, girl. So I'm saying I'm gonna make it to halfway, and then we're gonna do a 2-part because there ain't no way, man. My head hurts so bad, and this man ain't making it
I
any
was
better.
gonna say I can go all night.
No, my head hurts so bad.
No, man, he's making both my eyes twitch.
And I will have to catch up in the morning.
Whoa.
I'll have to listen to him on fucking trucking speed.
Nah, man, I'm giving him 35 minutes, and then I'm cutting it wherever I can somewhere here. Lord.
And I listen, I feel like I know exactly what happened. I get why people like yourself are still researching it. I don't have a problem with you guys researching it. I just I don't like the and I'm not saying you can't do it. I do get defensive when people blame family members and stuff like that when there's evidence that, but why people are still looking into it. Listen, could I be wrong? Yeah, I could. I don't think I am one, but I could. I'm not saying shut it down at all. I think people need to be more respectful of each other, even in these communities, you know, where we may have differing opinions, but I've always been willing to, you know, like I haven't had that many people do what you did and say, listen, let's talk, you know, like I get these hostile tweets. I'm not saying from you, but I get these hostile tweets or whatever. And or, you know, and of course going through the shit with what's his name, the country singer, and his followers, you know, like so.
You won't say his name,
but I mean, I'm like, listen, if people want to talk, I'll tell you what I know that, you know, especially now enough times passed where I don't think any of this is secret, and if it is, I don't know why it would be, you know.
And I felt because so many people had been like, you know, I know you were there, and so many people had been going back and forth with like attacking you, attacking this person, doing this, saying this. And I was like, I'm just going to reach out to him, see if he'll talk. And, you know, so I can finally get some answers that I've been looking for.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I get it. I know that, like, listen, I know that I have a big advantage in the fact that because I met David and whatnot, and because I was there we happened to be right in the area when it happened for law enforcement, so we were inside the crime scene. Like, there's stuff that I know the public doesn't know. I don't know why the public shouldn't know, but we were told, you know, like, you know, keep everything, especially Nick story, law enforcement was like, they pretty quickly kicked Adventures with Purpose out.
Right.
Because they were pissed, rightfully so. They were pissed that it was announced on social media like it was.
Oh, that she was found?
Yeah, because the family hadn't been informed.
Right.
So,
yes, they were.
Like,
Bullshit. They were.
I get the call. Now, keep in mind, we're like 300 yards away. I can see Adventures with Purpose down below. I can see their trailer and stuff out there. David and Daniel really have no idea who they are. They had heard their name, but I mean, this is all, they're not in this true crime community. They don't know really who these people are. They had asked me to like, is this a legitimate company, or group? And I was like, yes. Yeah. But people were really trying to get EquiSearch out there. That was the name that kept coming up inside the circles there. I know that online everybody's pushing for Adventures with Purpose, but everybody wanted EquiSearch out there because they felt that getting horses and stuff in that type of and they just have such a good track record. So they're hearing these names, but they have a missing loved one. So I mean, they have so much in and out.
EquiSearch is from Texas, yo.
What's that?
What?
Casey from Living Like Time said, "Who is EquiSearch?" They're from Texas, I think.
Yeah, they do go out to but yeah, I know they went out for summer whales.
Yeah,
but it's almost like he's just trying to, like, they wanted a better team kind of thing because he hates AWP so much.
But the thing of it is if they're all expertise in different things, like, why didn't they get a whole bunch of different groups of people doing these different things? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's called Texas EquiSearch, but they do go to other places. So that's what
it's almost like. It's almost like they had to find that one search team that had some dirt on them so that they could dangle that dirt to make sure the narrative went in the right direction. That's what I'm just saying. And little Stephen F over here making sure of that.
And I just want to point out that I think it's so funny that he can't say Ryan's name.
I know.
And I noticed a couple of other creators, like when on Popcorn, they refuse to say his name too. Like, what? If they wouldn't be full of crap.
Yep. She said crap.
You don't mind us saying his name or using his content because we're for Kylie.
Yeah, and for anybody that wants the real facts that yes, AWP did call the family before putting anything up. Daisy played some of that deleted footage. I could play it now, but I'm not. I'm gonna work on a full scale video of deleted footage because I think that shit should be out there. Since Mr. Jared's caught up in some.
I mean,
some trials
honestly,
now.
They can't. I mean, it was out there. People.
Yeah, it was already out there once it's out on the internet. Like you can't. Like there are no takebacks, man.
No. And the whole reason they removed it was because of this guy's lies and BS and stirring stuff. Like,
but that's the thing is like he's making a narrative. Like why is he making this narrative go this direction? Like, is he working for law enforcement? Like, it just don't make sense. Like, he got a reward hoodie out of this shit. I don't trust this man. I'm sorry. I do not trust this man. He's very sus.
Like they've been up for days. I mean, literally, so
I'm sorry. I'm still here. I'm just gonna stop my cam so I can do something. I got to do something in the background, but I'm still listening to you.
Okay. I forgot what the rest of the question was.
I didn't know who Adventures with Purpose was before this.
Yeah,
I had never heard of them.
To be honest with you, I had only heard
their name.
I knew they were a dive operation, but I had no idea that they go out in cases and whatnot. And when they asked me that, I called a advocate that I know, and because they had when they announced they were coming to town, or they had changed the days that are coming earlier, they contacted an advocate that they knew that knew me, and they asked about the drone footage that I had shot and about high res copies of it and stuff. So I called that person back. And I just said, listen, they're asking is their reputation solid and whatnot. And I heard their name, but I didn't know any of their backstory. And so
he's lying.
so I just passed that along.
I can't even look at him right now because he's got one of them yucky mucus things on his lip, and it keeps transferring from the top lip to the bottom lip, and it's grossing me the fuck out.
Just letting y'all know, he knew who AWP was. He had worked in missing persons cases before. He knew exactly who they were because there's a reason why we all knew on Twitter who they were.
Like, he's following all these people, like, literally, it's some stalkery, creepy ass shit. Like, this is weird. Oh, I'm gonna living like Casey, I'm gonna, but I can't do it right now. Like, it's gonna make me nauseous as fuck. Like, I can't even look at him right now. Every time it moves from the top lip to the bottom lip, it grosses me out.
And so when we were out there, you know, all of a sudden we were talking, you know, I had gone out there and I met David, and then Daniel, just, we didn't have any plans to meet him. He was just out there on a quadrant or searching, and he came up on us. And
wait, I thought he said he met Daniel.
I don't know.
Didn't he say he met Daniel the next day?
Yeah, that's why this man lies so much.
He said a different place earlier, I thought. What the hell? Casey, I don't think that he might be inserting echo search because I've never heard anything from this case that they ever wanted to bring up echo search. I think he's like, that's crazy that right now he's throwing that name in there.
Didn't you just hear him say that he wanted them to use them because they know him? Like, what?
Yep.
But you ain't that special.
That was never a thing. So go ahead with all that.
I know. This is why I just think he's a distraction, because he doesn't really have any. There's no new information. Like, no matter how many times you ask this dude questions, like, he's gonna talk about what he wants to talk about, and it seems like all he wants to talk about is AWP and how his feelings got hurt.
Yeah, and somebody had said they think AWP or members of AWP and SF was in on it. Not Nick and Doug and their team.
No,
but I don't know about Mr. Lasik.
I think Mr. Jared
ties to Truckee.
We're working on his ties. Like, we already see some of them. We're fully aware.
I mean,
it seems like people specifically called them and the boys didn't know, but Jared did, because of that little dangling blackmail they had on him. And that's why he was like, well, I'm not going to go, but you guys go ahead.
Yep.
Like, Jared set his own crew up, just like Sammy set Kylie up.
And they set Jagger up.
Yep, and they all try to pin it on Jagger. Yep.
I actually had some another private investigator I work with who's in Tennessee.
Look, I wish I was looking at this from a potato. I can't even look at the YouTube side of it. I keep looking at the small window of StreamYard, so I don't have to look at that thing on his lip because it's grossing me the fuck out.
See, she was sending us copies of those images of the party photos. You know, there was those ones with like the kids, and like the lighting was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Background. Yep. And what we're doing is we were gonna.
Ain't nobody send those to nobody. The sleuthers found those on their VSCO. What is he talking about?
Go back a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. He talking about they got no, they didn't. The sleuthers, after a while, are the ones that put this shit out there, because we were fucking looking at their social medias that wasn't wiped.
With like the kids and like the lighting one. We didn't have any plans to meet him. He was just out there on a quadrant or searching, and he came up on us, and we were talking for like an hour, and we were I actually had some another private investigator I work with who's in Tennessee. She was sending us
DX the mystery machine.
I don't think she's a PI. I can. Yeah.
I think she's a web sleuther on his Discord. He probably promised her to take pictures of her or some shit. Weirdo. He's such a weirdo.
Another private investigator I work with who's in Tennessee. She was sending us copies of those images of the party photos. you know, there was those ones with like the kids and like the lighting was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Background. Yep. And what we do is we got copies of those and we were gonna go up because you know we're on the there's like that inner road, everybody's seen it now. There's that road that goes kind of all the way around the reservoir. Yes. And we were there and we were gonna go up to the location where the party was and try and find those exact trees.
Right.
Make sure, because to me, that one like panoramic looking photo with like there's like 25 kids in it. I was like, as far I'm trying to remember exactly, but I think there was only, as far as I saw, like one kid had a beer in his hand. None of the rest
did that picture or anything. We lined up that picture with the fucking trees.
Yep.
We did. Shanna did. SF, guy. Clearly you watch us.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Shitty fucking person. You're a liar. And fuck that.
Yep. This dude, he definitely watches us. So he sits and stalks people and what little nuggets of information that are actually regurgitated out of his mouth is because he watches what everybody else's skills.
And then he's taking it all.
Look, he's taking credit for his son's drone footage. He didn't even shoot that. His son did.
So
like, this is fucking insane to me how he takes credit for everything everybody else. We no. There's no we here.
I didn't think he had any kids. I thought the information we had, he didn't have any kids.
Mm-hmm.
So grimy.
He is. He's a fucking thief. He's an energy thief. He's an information thief. Like he doesn't do the work. All he does is take credit for what everybody else does, and everything else is him over exaggerating his importance. Like, fuck this dude straight up. Go eat a fucking snack, bro.
Right.
And the clothing they were all wearing looked very like Nirvana 90s.
90s.
Look, he taking our words, dude.
Yes. When he said this today, I was like, we said the exact same thing.
Bro.
Like to a T.
Piece of shit, dude. He is sketch as fuck. He is a fucking stalker.
Yep, he's stalking us. He's stalking YouTube channels.
Must be him and his little camera friend.
So how do you know he's not been doing that for a reason? And that's why he did the interview.
Yep.
He was gathering information to put it. Now he has to spend the new. Oh my God, this dude.
And he was probably trying to set me up, thinking I would live. He's probably trying to get people to live stream fucking dude's thing today. You think I'm that dumb? No, I want Jared to get tried for the shit he's doing. Oh my God, this dude. Let's just regurgitate what's been said between the Squirrels on Fire groups of people. Like,
let's hear what we said in Steve's voice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. In word salad. Here you guys go. In word salad. Here's truck and knees.
Yeah, none of the rest had anybody else had drinks in their hand or anything.
Right.
And the clothing they were all wearing looked very like Nirvana 90s.
90s.
Oh my God.
And being a photographer, I was like, this looks like film to me. It does not look digital. So I was really questioning whether that was, and I still don't know to this day if that.
It actually came out. That photo was debunked. It came from it was a online picture, but it came from some kind of party in Michigan from years and years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So I bet you it was on film too. So I had some real questions.
Wait, I bet you it was on film.
Oh, that thing's back on his lap. Yuck him.
Wait, how does he know that is from a film? Unless he's been listening, because we know it is too.
He's making me nauseous right now. I can't with this guy. I can only give it a few more minutes. I'm serious. Like, he's gonna make me puke with this shit on his lip. It's on both of his lips right now.
I don't know the date that she actually did the interview.
It looks like he's making ranch dressing on his lip right now. I can't. It's fucking gross, bro. I can't even look at him right now. Ugh. Making me hella nauseous.
And I explained to them why, and then we all agreed, well, let's go try and find those trees. Like we could see if we can figure out if the background's real. And then all of a sudden I get a call from Chloe, who at the time.
Who the fuck's Chloe? He's just throwing names out there.
No. There you go. There's your nugget.
Chloe Bogan?
No. That's DX.
Oh.
Yeah. That went off.
Now you're telling on people. Damn, he out here fucking doxing everyone. Man. Ew, cottage cheese fishy Steve. Yuckum. And
all of a sudden I get a call from Chloe, who at the time was going by DX the Mystery, but now she uses her name. She's a private investigator that I work with a lot. And she said, hey,
what? She probably what?
She said, first she said, if I'm on speaker, take me off speaker. And I kind of stepped away and she's like, have you guys heard? And I'm like, no, what? And then she kind of fumbled over her words. I'm like, just tell me what. And she's like, the vegetable purpose put on Facebook, they found her.
Oh.
I looked over, I could see them over my shoulder, like 2 or 3 hours, and I saw them placing cones in front of the RV. And so then
but they had already called the family.
And they're like, where are they? Where are they? And I'm like, well, that's
they were still on a boat when they called the family, you dumb fuck. They were placing cones out there. They were still on a boat.
So when he got the call from DX, they had already informed the family, had already dropped their post.
Did he even watch their video?
He didn't even see he didn't notice the post was already out there when DX called him.
Dear Lord.
Because that's where she got it from.
Like he's just watching YouTube channels to come up with his ideas.
And then he turned it around and made it look like AWP dropped it on their website or whatever before even letting the family know. That's bullshit.
I'm about to play this video for him so he could see the call. You want to see it, SF? You want to see it, Steven? I'll show you it. Give me a minute. Let me make this apple orange juice real quick. Oh, I can't open my can. This dude makes me sick. Look. Just so he corrects his information, we gonna play it for him, okay? Give me 1 minute. Let me download my DM. Let me play it for you, Steven, so you hear it, okay, buddy? Since you like to take all my other information off here too, so I got you, buddy.
Somebody's been zoomed in on the reflection behind him. I know Shane's gonna be doing that later.
I already been looking at some weird ass shit that's going on here. Look, he just moves the same 3 pictures around his house. He made sure to set up his little search and rescue backpack
and
in the background too.
Hoodie.
Bro, do you see it? His little search and rescue, little backpack back here. He ain't going on no search and rescue. He look like he haven't been out of house in 4 or 5 months. Sitting there eating snacks while watching YouTube sleuthers. This guy. I don't think my touch screen's gonna last very much longer.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this makes sense. So she said it was pre-recorded. I don't know if she said when it was, but it had to have been today because he mentions the court appearance.
Yep.
So it was right before she went live. So yeah, this interview was today, this morning, or earlier. Yep.
Some weird ass shit going on here. It has to be earlier because he has lights on in his house. He probably just woke up.
It was like 2 hours before Jared's court appearance. I remember he's gonna say it. You're not gonna get to it tonight, but he does say that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was waiting.
All right, this is downloading. Oh, look, it's done. This dude makes me sick.
Yeah, hi.
Here's Steven. Here's your proof, buddy. I want you to take back all this bullshit you're talking on AWP, okay? Because you're really starting to piss me off. Y'all ready for this? This is the phone call to the family, not one member, but 2 family members that they called.
And they were on a boat, still in the water.
On a boat. On a boat. On a boat. You guys ready? SF, you ready? Let's get it, dude.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Lori. How you doing? This is Doug with Adventures with Purpose.
Hi.
So I'm calling. You're my contact. We have just found Kylie.
Turn this off. You just found Kylie?
Yes. No one knows. My entire team has gone dark. You are my first call, as I do not have direct confirmation with the family. You're my only contact. So please let them know.
I won't.
No one.
Hang on. Can I put you on a
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause right here. Lindsay, see, if you cared about your daughter, you'd have given AWP your fucking phone number while you sat and ate sushi in a restaurant that you would have had service at. You couldn't look for your daughter and you couldn't show up for your daughter. These two people on the phone have more emotion in 30 seconds of speaking that I've heard you have in 7 months almost. If you cared about your daughter, you would be fighting for her like we are today. Listen to this emotion.
Has gone dark. You are my first call, as I do not have direct confirmation with the family. You're my only contact. So please let them know.
I won't.
No one.
Hang on. Can I put you on a Drew, this is Douglas. Hang on one second. From Adventures with Purpose. Where did you find her?
We found her in Prosser Creek Reservoir.
I hope they sue him.
I'm 300 yards away from the campground.
Okay. In a car?
Yes, correct.
That is Pat.
I'm very sorry. This isn't what I wanted to come here and do.
His name is Drew.
But at least it's the answer.
Why do they sound so alike?
I don't know. But I mean, she sounds like, legit and genuine. So I don't know why she says.
I don't know. I know. People do have the same voices, though. So, I mean, really.
Yes, correct. I'm very sorry. This isn't what I wanted to come here and do. But at least it's the answers that you guys need.
There's no way you'd be able to tell if it's foul play or anything?
No, ma'am. At this point, we've done our confirmation that her.
See, even they're concerned that it might be foul play.
Yeah. First question. Like, I think they really had an idea.
Yep. Like, and it's weird if you see the shoreline and where her car's at, it's an odd angle.
It's an odd angle.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. Sure is for somebody that drove himself drunkenly off that hill. There's no way. Make it make sense.
And her vehicle are here. Like I said, I'm sorry that this is the outcome. I'm just, I don't know what else to say except for that, I'm sorry, and I hope in some horrible way that this is over and this is answers for you guys now.
Hi, is this Doug?
Yes, is this Sally?
It is Sally. How are you today?
Very good. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing good because I just found Kylie in her vehicle.
Oh, you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Where?
Prosser Creek, a couple 100 yards from the campground.
You see that?
I think, and see, this was taken out of their video, and I think they put that in there for a reason.
This is tire tracks. Dude.
That's what I'm saying. They put a lot of nuggets in their video, and why did they have to take this part out? Why did SF have to create a fuss over the phone call? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't, it all connects. It's all a reason. There's a reason for all of that.
I want to know what
they didn't want that nugget in there.
This is odd.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
see,
didn't
like,
want this to be seen.
Like, what? Huh. Yeah, something's odd about this. I'm gonna have to.
I appreciate what you've done for us so much. I mean, it's not the answer we were hoping for, obviously, but her family will have some closure.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, SF.
It blows my mind that they made them take this out when it's one, it shows the real emotion of somebody in Kylie's case. Two, it shows what you just showed, the aerial, like a really good aerial shot of exactly how the car is.
Yeah,
Like, why did they make them take this out? Like, that's...
I'm going to be doing a lot of staring at that tomorrow morning before I go back to the SS files.
Did it even look upside down?
Oh, it was upside down. But there's another something that's near the car that I have questions for. Those tire tracks are
exactly
odd
Queen
for an SUV. And that's the thing. It's like,
why wouldn't helicopters see that? Why wouldn't...
Yeah, you can see her car from a fucking drone. You're telling me that LiDAR and all of these ROVs, like, it's because her car wasn't in there. And for law enforcement to just sweep this under the rug, like, it's just another day, another fucking dollar. Like, this is a child's life. Do your fucking job. If you're not, I hope the FBI is, and I hope a lot of people lose their jobs for being inept. Yeah, and this is, I think, the rift that they talk about being between the family is because you had family that wanted the foul play to be investigated, and then you had family members that didn't give two shits. They just wanted it gone and swept under the rug as well. Like, and at this point in the case, like, Daniel knows he has a very limited amount of time left to get a DNA done that matches his daughter. And if he winds up not doing it, then I understand, like, where he sits. He clearly wouldn't care about Kylie either. Like, and that's the thing is, regardless whether he does or doesn't, I'm not going to stop talking about her. I'm not going to stop putting the information out there for it to be investigated further and properly. Now, if people want to be on the side of the fence where people are going down and you want to be associated with those people, that's on you. I'm giving people enough time to come forward and take a plea deal. I'm giving people enough time to do the right thing. And if not, we just keep pressing forward. I'm not going to let the justice system fail this little girl. I'm not.
I agree.
You know, at the beginning, all I wanted was the people responsible for her death to be held accountable. And now you see all of these people that instead of being on that side of the goodness and the justice that should go on in our system, they decided to hop that fence and go over to the side of people that are corrupt, and they chose to attach themselves in a case that has been covered up. And now at the point that we are, and it's not just me, like, that's the thing is somebody can put a hit out on me, but it doesn't stop the truth from being there. The truth is already out there on a mass level.
Yeah.
On a mass level. You can't stop this now. The only thing you can do is come forward and take a plea deal. The only thing you can do is call somebody and tell the information that you know.
You asked for help, and you asked
Yes.
for everybody to help, and
yes.
you're not stopping.
No.
Because you did.
Just because other people want to stop talking about it doesn't mean that I have to. Just because other people have given up on her I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to Kylie. She deserves better. Trinity's truth deserves better. Chloe Bogan's truth deserves better. These kids deserve better. Our justice system is failing them on so many levels. I'm not here for clicks, views, money, none of that shit. Yeah, we Kylie's Army strong, man. Like, and that's the thing is like, I don't care what side of the fence you sit on. I don't care if you're with me or against me.
But if you're against me, step the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, just move aside. That's all I'm asking you. Don't come in my chat room running your fucking mouth. Don't think that you're going to do malicious things to me because I won't stop. I'm sorry about your luck. Maybe you should start being a better person.
Absolutely.
I'm not asking people to agree with me or to join Squirrel Squad or do any of those things. Like, I'm not. It's the people that see me for who I am and what my goal is and what my type of community stands for. Those people are with me because they see the same things that I see. They seek the same truth. They seek the same justice. But schmucks like Steven Fisher that are out here just to get some clout or try to badmouth somebody or whatever the fuck it is he's doing, like, I'm going to keep listening to it, yes. Because like I said, even though we've listened to 37 minutes of bullshit and had to decipher it and take 2 hours to do it, there's still that 2%, that 5% of stuff that's the reason why we listen to it. Because sometimes they just kind of tell on people or tell on themselves, and it's... I'm sorry that we have to sit through this. I'm sorry that we have to keep rehashing this. Like, I would love for more than anything for Kylie's case to have some closure so we can move on to some more important cases. But I absolutely refuse to let Kylie go. I refuse to fail Kylie. I'll let her go. I will let her memory rest when she gets justice. I don't buy this accident. And I think that's why everybody is here, is because they don't buy accident either.
Correct.
And it's to the point now, I have access to even more deleted scenes. Jared, if you're any type of man left in you after the shit you've allegedly done to your own family, like, the least you could do is release the footage at this point. Save some type of face, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand. Like, I understand, like, what is going on with him. But, like, aside from the fact that I feel bad that people dug so far back in his life that they uprooted something this ugly, you still allegedly did what you did. And I'm sorry I'm with the females in this that have allegedly been assaulted by you. I still respect the work that he did, but respect as him as a human being, like, I don't have that for him.
No.
I think his actions are trife, and the fact that he won't release this information for what? To compromise? You're not compromising anything at this point.
You're hindering it.
You're hindering it. Yes. Thank you. But the truth's going to come out whether people like it or not. And the thing of it is like, I'm not the only one with this information. Like, people are bringing the information to me. It's not that I'm just, it's coming up out of thin air. Like, it's there. It's just some people don't realize that they're sitting on information, or some people are too afraid to come forward. And that is why I got the P.O. box with my donation money. That is why I continue to take the money that is donated to me and put it to good things. That's why once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we are going to do a massive giveaway. I like to give back to people while doing the things that we do.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing, is he's gonna have to pay for all these court costs now. Like he might as well release it and put it behind a paywall. You better get your money, boy, because you're gonna need a lot of it. You after seeing today, you definitely need a better lawyer. Like, you better fire that dude. Get you something better than that. I don't know how much you're paying him, but that ain't it. You keep using that lawyer, that motherfucker's gonna get you hanged. Ugh, yucky. But I was gonna drop a short today, and then I realized like a couple of the words that are used in are against TOS. So I'm gonna edit those words, and I'll have that a short drop first thing in the morning. Once I edit that.
Cool.
Hold on.
I dropped the original in Discord unedited, but I'm gonna have to take the R word out of it. And I think there was another word in there that I gotta take out. Bleep it a little bit.
Okay.
So Jared Lasik, the owner of AWP, had his preliminary. It's like not even. It was to see if the case would be dismissed or if it's going to move to trial. And he's going to trial. He will be going to trial April 5th is when preliminaries start. As far as I know, right now he's out on bail. But it's possible he might be going there sooner than later. Like I said, I respect what he did making AWP. Maybe that was his chance at redeeming himself in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I'll never understand that. I would love to interview him one day, honestly. However, the allegations he has against him, I can't stand beside him, knowing what I know.
Definitely.
But the fact that it took 30 years for a child to turn into I don't know if she's a mom or what she is, but into a woman, and then finally have the spine to come forward, I commend her for that, because it takes a lot for somebody, especially a woman, in a world that we live in where men are protected for the actions they commit on women. But when it comes down to it, like if these allegations, which in my opinion, I feel he's guilty for, simply because he admitted to the allegations through email. He admitted that it went on. He himself admitted. And he tried to kind of brush it off of, oh, well, it happened to all of us. I don't give a fuck who all it happened to. Like, the fact that you were 16, 17 years old and did that to a 10-year-old is just, no. There's no taking that back. You don't get to make that sound better for yourself. I don't care whether that happened to you or not. Like, if you knew it was happening to you and it was wrong, like, why did you go and do it yourself? Like, it don't make no sense to me. Sorry. And before you say, oh, it caused mental illness, trust me, buddy, I've been there. I lived that life when I was younger, and there ain't no excuse for it. I am not out here doing things to kids. I'm out here trying to be better and do better. It's called go see a therapist.
Called breaking the chains.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's exactly it, Holly. He not only admitted it, he then tried gaslighting her. No, and that's the truth. Like, that's exactly what he did. He gaslit. Like, she's clearly been going through the traumas of it her entire life, enough so that it took her 30 years to speak out on it. Like, it's sickening that women have to feel so fearful of saying things that happen to them. There's men that don't even know what feelings are. or have so much rage or hate towards women because they were never raised in an environment where it's okay to cry, or it's okay to have feelings, or it's okay to see a therapist. Like, there's a lot of people out there that are raised that are taught that therapy and facing your bullshit and facing your demons is some type of bad thing. But the awesome thing about it is the state of Utah changed some laws around right around the time that this all took place. And because she didn't report it back then, the statute of limitations doesn't start until the day that you first file your police report. Oh, my batteries are low, so that's telling me I gotta go.
I'm not ready.
You do a live. I'll come hop in your
Oh
live.
no, I did one.
See, it's almost midnight, girl. I'll lay my ass down.
Are y'all not going in BS box?
I'll be on BS box though. Yeah, I'll get on
Okay.
my phone in my bed. You know me. I'll be on my heated blanket chatting with y'all.
Okay. I'll
All right,
probably
y'all.
fall
I'm gonna
asleep.
hop up out of here. I'll be on BS box to chat with y'all. I know
Thank
Lala's
you,
gonna go night night.
mods. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I'll go
chat.
Mods. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Please make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you can afford to, you are welcome to donate. All that information is on my About Me. Love you all. God bless. Have a great
Good
night.
night.
Love
you
Good night,
all.
guys. Love you.
Night.